touch mine.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to a new series I'm going to start called First Look, if you didn't catch the drift from the beginning opening there. And of course, with any game, you'd like to start with something that you relatively feel safe with. And I'm going to jump on in with Broforce. This just literally came out from early access. It's been in early access for quite some time actually. And obviously if you follow my channel, you would know that I had put out a few early access videos on it, and we're going to get rid of those and we're going to start getting into this game proper with its proper release. Now, it's brought to us by Devolver Digital, Free Lives. They have a lot of stuff out there, and it's great to see that Broforce has been put out there. I am using a controller, the Xbox 360 controller. It also does have keyboard support, but let's get the formalities out of the way. What I'm trying to accomplish with this new series I have here is something very similar to obviously Total Biscuit's WTF series, and what I just want to maybe approach from that, guys, is something that's going to be maybe similar or different titles than what he's going to offer, because he's become a little more mainstream. What we're going to get is probably a little more indie games or a little more niche titles like that. But without further ado, let's jump right on into the options menu. Let's just see what we got available to us here, guys. Obviously, audio options, these are pretty basic. You got your master volume, music volume, and your announcer on or off. Again, like I said, basic stuff. And then you have your graphic settings. You got your high, you know, that's what it's set for. Again, this isn't really a graphic you know, intensive game at all or anything like that. You got camera shake 100%. I've never really seen really any problems regards with that, so we'll keep it at 100%. Player show bubbles, that's for, I believe, multiplayer, so you can see them when you want to revive people. Clearing your unlocks and your arcade progress. Again, that's just so resetting it, so if you want to start over. Configuring your controls, your leaderboard stuff, and then you have German keyboard for chat? No idea. And then full screen VSync and your resolution stuff. Really basic stuff. But it is online, and it does have a level editor and a custom campaign as well as versus. But we're just going to jump on into the campaign to start this, guys. We'll keep this one relatively short, maybe about 15 minutes. So we're going to do a new campaign. You do have access to an arcade mode, which is, if you basically just read the bottom there, you can play through all of the levels without being burdened by their overbearing narrative. But again, it's not really that bad. And then, of course, there's the Iron Bro mode, whereas obviously you can well, essentially one bro, and that's it. You would essentially, I assume, would unlock more as you're saving them, but again, we're just going to go on the basic new campaign here. We have a couple here that we've just sort of jumped into just to make sure everything works. But there is normal, there is hard. We're just going to stick with normal because obviously hard, you know, is brutal. So normal it is, and we're going to play offline. You can host online up to 4 players, and also couch co-op. What they've done since this game has come from early access, they've really just cleaned it up. It generally played quite well, and they've changed just a few UI things. So obviously this never had the globe setting like this before. It was just generally like a flat surface. Now they've opened it up to the picture of the globe, and you picture where you want. So we're going to start off with a threat level blue here and go into Vietnam, which is obviously supposed to be Vietnam. Let's jump on in. So you get dropped in from a helicopter, and you're going to start as a random character. Now this game is all about action heroes and from the movies and whatnot, but as you can see, if you can't tell, we're Bruce Willis from Die Hard. Now let's just turn up that volume just a tad there, and you're going to be surprised at the amount of people that are in this game. It's truly shocking. So like I said, you start with Bruce Willis. Collecting these little things, here's the flags here. These are just your checkpoints, and you can see how many lives we have here. And we're just going to mess this place up. right there, that cage, when he says save, you can see that unlocks a new character. So now we have Snake from Escape from New York or Escape from Los Angeles. That's essentially the premise of what you're getting out of this game, is you're saving these guys to get more lives. So, you know, these guys are, I believe, from the Boondock Saints, I want to say. There are a few people, I'm not entirely sure. But at the end of every level, you're going to meet up with that guy there, and you're going to jump onto the helicopter, and they're going to carpet bomb the area, and you move on. Generally, you keep on moving on to the next area until you have enough unlocks. So until you sort of get the amount of unlocks that they require to move you on, you're just going to keep doing these general areas here. So right now, I believe, I don't know who this is. We're just going to save this guy here. Braveheart. And of course, we got killed. Just going to open that up with a Predator. How about that? Alright, I saw a guy down here, and we're going to save him. Now, one minor complaint or issue is what I've sort of... I guess I've sort of figured it out while I've been playing. But it's generally, like, what happens when you find a guy that you really like? Like I say, I wanted to stay as the Predator there. You know, I guess if I really like Indiana Jones, or for instance now I like Blade, if I don't want to get the lives, I can stay as Blade, but I need the lives to continue playing. So, you know, but there's no option to stay as Blade. You know, it's going to put me right into Will Smith here, which again is no problem. It's sort of the whole point of the game, I think, and it adds a lot of fun to it as well. So I mean, it's all about switching up characters, and I don't mind it. But again, a minor complaint, I guess you'd say, is once you find somebody you like here, you know, we're going to be MacGyver. You know, it's maybe I just want an option to maybe be able to keep something. But again, very minor complaints, very minor. Blow you up, blow you up. Oh my goodness. We're gonna be Arnold. Arnold makes many appearances in this game. I swear I'm going to stop talking like him. Every character also has very little subtle differences. Their weapons are all obviously different. Some of them have a gun, some of them have melee or sword attack. But what you'll notice is, as we'll continue on here, you'll notice between each character portrait, of course, the one guy I want to... Okay, he didn't jump far enough, and then we failed mission. But as you can see, beside Mr. Chuck Norris's name there, he's got these three missile icons, and those are like your specials, or your bombs, I guess you could say. And you know, you can essentially... Oh, jeez it! You know, you can use those. Oh god, you gotta be very careful because the environment will kick your butt. Oh god. There we go. You can use those, and some of them they're all different for each person. Like I just got crushed there. I need to get more lives there. That's the whole point. You know, he's got Ash here from Evil Dead. And one beauty thing that I can say about this game, without a doubt, is how quick you can just jump on in everything. Like, you know what? You know, I want to be the Rocketeer, fine. I just gained a couple lives. That's great. You know, they don't really mess it out too much, and that's great. You can grab on the walls, and, you know, just kill everybody. Let God sort them out. It's great that it's got really no licensing issues, shockingly enough. I'm actually shocked. We're going to have Neo from The Matrix. There was, I believe... I want to say like an actual couple realistic upgrades, or I don't want to say upgrades, but there was a few things in the early access that you had access to. There was the Alien Infestation update, where it added Ripley and the alien and whatnot, and then there was the Expendabros. I think that was another great little addition. Again, I'm not sure if those have made it over into this game or not. I'm pretty sure they all have, because obviously we saw Ripley. But the Expendabros was a completely different game that if you owned Broforce, you got that for free. So again, if you have that in mind, I will put the link for Broforce just below the video here. We're only going to run a few more, and I will show essentially maybe somebody's little finish off, little special there. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll get Robocop or someone really cool here. Oh, we got Judge Dredd, of course. Arnold will do. So you can see he's got 3 missiles beside his name. So, okay, that sounds great. So I'm trying to find a few people we could probably do this to. And those guys up there are there. So all you do is hit the B button, and he's gonna just go berserk. And they're just, you know, and then you just get punked there. Start off as Rambo. James Bond, you know, of all people. They're adding stuff to this all the time as well. So, like, I mean, I've been paying attention to it obviously since early access. But it's great to see that it's getting a lot of support. Ripley! Ripley! Oh, it's just great stuff. They mostly come out at night. Mostly. Let's save you. Can't go wrong with Chuck Norris, Walker, Texas Ranger. Great stuff. Absolutely great. Oh god, I didn't like that. So at the end of sort of every level, you're introduced to the Bruiser. It could be different for each level. So this is just some giant with a Gatling gun up at the top, and you know, you got to take him out. So Walker, Texas Ranger will make short work of that guy. No, he will not. We're gonna get Kill Bill out to fix this. Get away from that. There we go. Maybe we can surprise this boy. And we're going to jump on up and save that. And that would be the end of this area. So we're going to show off maybe one more little area, and then we'll jump on in and show a couple extra features that were added into this. What I love about this stuff is that the levels are really short. You know, as you can see there, minute and a half. Most of the stuff's taking a little, mostly under 2 minutes. I've only really run into a few hard-nosed areas where, you know, you're running into a wall, but generally you just have to go and farm a few lives and you'll be fine. So you can see that we've jumped up. We can go to a threat level yellow. We can go into Cambodia, which is, you know, obviously Cambodia, or we can get down here and go to Arstotzka, which I believe is sort of from along the lines of Papers, Please, which is another early access game. And then, of course, you see up here, there's a covert operation. Now, what this is obviously, if you read it, it says a lone bro must recapture the supply drops that have fallen into the terrorists' hands. Now, generally, it's a little more difficult, but it is nice that it's there, just right in the open. I want to touch that, I can go ahead and do it, but we're just going to sort of just jump into the second part here and just show off a few of the specials before we call it a video. Really great stuff. I really appreciate the look, and you know, it feels great, controls great. You know, Conan's just going to take care of a few people. He's just loving life. Who do we got there? Raiden. Mortal Kombat, he's a new one. Like this was new, I think, added into the finished product. So great stuff. So I bet you're wondering, you're like, what's his finisher? Well, how about I show you? Boom! That's what his finisher is. That's great. The amount of just fanfare in this game is absolutely stupendous. It's great to see. I'm actually surprised that they got away with it, quite frankly. I mean, I think that's what's shocking to me is that, obviously, like, they don't call him Snake, but I mean, the likeness of him is this guy's Snake. There's no doubt about it. This is Danny Trejo. There's no doubt about it. Whether they actually got, you know, his likeness or his approval, I'm sure they did their proper due diligence, as most people do. But again, it's just the fanfare that just hits the mark everywhere. And, you know, and that's what I can appreciate. Mr. T from the A-Team. Like, and there are, obviously, like I said, there are also a few, like, Arnold appears multiple times from Commando, from Terminator. You know, it's like, it's great to see that, you know, they don't change from that. I have got to start smartening up here. Otherwise, Indiana Jones is going to... Oh, let's go and get that new life down there. Just start whipping them. Shoot him. Bruce Willis? Yes, sir. Oh, I could have hit these bees. Okay, get away from the bees. But, you know, like, you just keep playing this, and the more and more it puts a big smile on your face. I mean, there's one on me right now, and I'm loving it. I'm loving every minute of it, and it's great that it's out. Let's see who we got here. You know, there are obviously going to be repeats. I mean, it's a given. But you know, I've also run into the amount I've played, the amount of new faces you just run into. You know, are shocking and surprising. You know, there's generally the armies all look the same. You know, there are a few obviously different looking enemies a little later on in the different levels, but they're all generally got this goon type look, and you know, and that's great. I mean, it's all just supposed to be mindless fun, and I appreciate you guys tuning in to this video, my first look at Broforce. It's available on Steam. It's on the store now, guys. Pick it up. It's great. I'll put the link down below in the description, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, cheers. Thanks for watching. Much love. Big kiss, as Joe Rogan puts it. Mwah. Thanks for watching, guys. All the best.